And we're back for night 3 of Zelda 3. Where are we? Let's push X. Okay, watch out for that guy. He's gonna take your shield. And I want to warp. And I want to flute. After you defeat Aghanim back in the light world, there's castle guards basically all over the place, and they're super aggressive. That's another reason I kind of like not defeating Aghanim. I always liked doing the Death Mountain Descent back in the day. Like, I printed off, 20 pages of instructions, from the fan website on a dot matrix printer. Those were the days. Found a piece of art. You might have seen this little area earlier, if you were paying attention. I may not have actually come up into this corner in the light world, come to think of it. Now in the Japan 1.0 version, you can use the magic mirror to actually glitch out these push blocks, which is kind of fun. So you see that all the time in Rando. Alright, so here there's a ferry, if you like one of those ferries that you just talk to that restores all your energy, not the bottle kind of ferries. I wonder what that means. Oh, now I remember. I actually wanted to do... Oh, I'm crying out loud. I wanted to do number 2 first. And this is why. Part of the reason why. But you don't... Whoops. You don't have to. Let me just show you here. I wasn't even really thinking of this. But this, personally, I would... Personally, I would go for this one. But... Let's see. Okay, the way to do it is to back up with your sword extended so you can get it. This is possible. Okay, not that far. We will get this. Okay, so I'm gonna dash and I'm gonna hold right as soon as I'm dashing. Oh, oops, okay. Hold right as soon as I launch, I guess. There we go. So that'll do it. And, so yeah, you don't need the hook shot, and there's nothing else in here. Spoiler alert, there's an item called the hook shot. Yeah, let's actually go do that. This is some high-class routing you're getting in this series of videos. At least I'm explaining what the routing kind of should be. So you'll be able to route this better than I did. Alright, so let's go in this dungeon. Will, it is I, Sahasrara. Objects exist simultaneously in both worlds with similar shapes. If the form of a thing changes, it will affect the shape of its twin in the other world. I can't get up there. So we need to warp. At least I got this part right. Gosh, I lost so much health doing that jump, I might as well. There we go. And everything's changed. Well, this one thing has changed. This one very important thing. So in the key sanity version of randomizer, getting that single small key, you know, that could to open that door that could be anywhere in the world, you know, it can be kind of a big deal if this dungeon is required. Got a map. All right, got a first floor. It's interesting. I wonder what that part is way over to the west on the first floor. Guess we'll find out later. Oh, thought I could make it. Take a bomb and get a bomb. Or lay a bomb and then get a bomb? Okay, he's downstairs, but not all the way downstairs. That's interesting. Oh, I have to go this way first, right? Getting ahead of myself. Now in Rando, it's possible to have had a key to spare, and unlock that door, and then flood this switch before collecting the key in the pot. And that's not good. it can get you stuck, and what you have to do, if the key you need is in that pot, you have to not just leave the dungeon, but leave the whole area, and then come back, and it will reset, and you can get the key from the pot. But yeah, you don't want to do that. Alright, sword beams again! Out of my way! It would be lovely if we could just cross there, but we can't. Got out of there unscathed. Guess I don't need rupees anymore. Crying out loud. Boing! This is the hook shot. It extends and contracts and boing! It can grapple many things. Such as pots, and pans, and knives, and forks. Lots of different things. We can hit these guys with impunity. And just gonna peek in here, you don't need to. Just completing the map. Nothing there. I guess that didn't do us any good. And this room would have been filled with water, and would have been nothing you could do if you'd gone down the right little set of stairs in the front room. Don't need to go up here, there's nothing, but here we are, just to show it off. Yeah, I've got no reason to pick up pots other than for hearts, so maybe I should pick up fewer pots. But I just can't help myself. Here's another one of those chests that you never think to open. If you're playing rando for the first time, you'll just go right through here and not even know there is a chest. So a lot of items can get stranded there. And And that's another one of those chests that I really did not know existed until I played Rando. Alright, let's do something about these guys. Spoiler, there's more than one. Okay, we got two. Let's get this other guy. Because they are so annoying, because when they're on the water, like that's the only thing. You might be able to bomb them, but yeah, I just use medallions, and specifically, I guess that is the medallion. But I don't think Quake would work, and I'm not sure about Bombos. Let's go. Alright, so usually you want to try out the weapon that you just got. And this is a boss that's a lot easier if you have the tempered sword. So, and since we didn't really need a hook shot, it's nice to have, but we didn't really need it until now. And we don't even really need it for Dungeon 6. So I always do 4 before doing 2. I like getting 4 out of the way, you know, get the Titan's Myth, get the tempered sword, and then I feel like, okay, I'm, you know, I've got some control over my destiny now. But yeah, hacking at those things with the Master Sword isn't fun. Now, it should be like that the Master Sword is like super duper powerful, but it really isn't. Oh, we should use the Fire Rod on this guy. If I can get him. Ouch. All the epic elite gamers do. Come on, buddy. Okay, forget the... Arrows might have worked, too. So if you do your own Link to the Past playthrough and get 1 million views, don't forget the little people who helped you along the way. With my pristine example. Will, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location, but at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf the thief. No, Ganon, the evil king of darkness. Do you understand? Yeah. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright. Now we warp again. And we flute to 6. And we do all that stuff I did at the beginning of the video. Except, you know, I'm not going to do it again. But just pretend I do it here. You sort of got to keep half an eye on this thing. Now, there are a bunch of ways to do this dungeon. I'm gonna do a way that basically shows every location, but it's not, of course, it's not the fastest way, but it might be the fastest way for full map completion, I don't know. Alright, we're gonna get some magic power going here. Alright, now we'll go north. Just wait for that guy. That was an unforced error, but I was strategically turning away from the microphone for a moment. It was one of those moments. Can't see. That's the guy I want. And you don't have to go south here. But, you know, it's a room. Ouch. Wonder how we can get to that chest. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright. You do not have to wait for the tiles. It's just an incentive to GTFO. Okay, have we done a map and compass check? I don't have the map yet, but anyway, there's the bad guy. And this is a very nice full magic refill. Will, it is I, Sahasrara the Elder. You must set fire to 4 torches to open the way forward. Okay, I guess that's what all that stuff was for. And it was 4. There were 4. There are 4 lights. I don't know how I got so low on health. I guess I wasn't paying attention to those whiz robes or whatever they are. Now, if you were doing the dungeons in numerical order, you would have, let's just say, more defense at this point, but it's totally worth doing this one first, and you'll see why. Did I? Yeah, okay. There are some hearts in those pots. I gotta deal with those anti-fairies and wizrobes, and not really feeling like it. I'll try to end the torture soon here. Probably just get killed. I mean, that's one way to do it. We got a map! Hooray! So there's our map check. Okay, I'm gonna... Oop, this is a harsh. Nope. Are you a harsh? Nope. Are you? Nope. Emphatically no. Oh, can't get something out of this guy. Just gonna be patient. I'm just gonna... There we go. Okay, now you can make it around here without having to use the hook shot. Just barely. You got the Cane of Samaria. It will be very helpful if you make proper use of it. What a mysterious cane. Alright, I think we're ready to, Ah, I didn't do that room. Okay, so much for... yeah, okay. We'll get that. We'll just get that right now. There's nothing in that room, but it's a room. Ah, for crying out loud. Okay, well. We're done with that room. So yeah, now we're ready to go to the back. Probably use another... I'm starting to get good at that. You know, well, better than I used to be. Woohoo! Money! Which I don't need. So we're just gonna leave it. And once you pick those kinds of on-the-floor rupees up, they never come back. Okay, I think we need to switch that, but first we'll just go around the back here. This is another situation, totally optional. But yeah, money. Don't need. If you wait here, some critters come out. They don't do too much damage, but it's non-zero. Could be the thing that kills you. Oh, for crying out loud. Ouch. Yeah, let's go with the flow. Gosh. Ah, for crying out loud. Ah. That'll do. Okay. You see the, get out of the way. There's other things you can do. You can try bombs and arrows. In fact, let's do some arrows. Mix things up a bit. Can he make it? Oh, nice. Ah, he can't make it. That takes up a lot. It takes off a lot of hearts. Oh, in the middle is poison, so you don't want to get in that either. Okay, now let's load this guy full of arrows. You can step in the middle now. Will, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Ganon captured us because he couldn't break the seal of the wise men with his power alone. And then, using the wizard Aghanim as his pawn, he drew us to the Dark World. After cracking the seal with our powers, he sealed us inside of these crystals. He then gave us to his loyal monsters. But Ganon didn't plan on your getting this far. Now, Princess Zelda is waiting for you inside of Turtle Rock. Please hurry. Do you understand? Oh yeah. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Okay, so she's saying, Princess Zelda is waiting for you, but, you notice we've got 2 crystals left to go. But, I mean, you could go and do Turtle Rock right now, but we're not going to. It's less efficient. It's more efficient to finish up your business down here first. And also to know where the places are to warp. I'm not too worried about fairies. I think I can get by with 2. Do I have to? Let's make sure. Yeah, alright. I suppose I could run in the cavern here. It's not a bad idea. You could also I don't know if you could, if you're looking to get an arrow upgrade, upgrading is also an arrow or bomb upgrade. It's also a full refill to the point that you upgrade to. So if I were on say 50 arrows and then but I was only carrying 10 and I upgraded to 55, all of a sudden I'd have all 55 arrows for 100 rupees. So that could be kind of cool. Will, the magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon. Okay, so you have 2 choices for magic flames. You use the Bombos Medallion, or you can use the Fire Rod. Fire Rod's from Dungeon 3, Bombos Medallion is from the, read the book and get a prize outside the desert that you have to mirror to get to. Ouch. So, in terms of the dialogue that the maidens give you, well, there's some interesting dialogue variations I can talk about for a minute or 2. So let's say you defeat Aghanim, but you didn't collect the Moon Pearl from the Tower of Hera. So Sahasrara will contact you telepathically across the void when you're standing on top of the pyramid as a bunny, and then he will say, "Oh, but I sense your helplessness. Before you go any further, go back to Tower of Hera and get that Moon Pearl." If you were to rescue Princess Zelda now, she would tell you something like, "Ah, your job's not finished. There's still other maidens waiting for you. Better go take care of that." So, but a lot of things, there aren't dialogue variation where, you know, you would think that there might be, so. But those are two cases in which there are. Now these guys, you don't have to kill, but I just like to get them out of the way, because they're just so annoying. Especially with ice physics. Suppose I could have got that magic. Still there waiting for me. Yes, there's nothing we can do in that room on the left until later. Not that I stayed there for very long, but don't worry, you'll see it again. Ouch. Alright, let me do that. Whoa! You cannot destroy the Skeleton Knight with the sword alone. When he collapses, he is vulnerable to another weapon. Oh, like, by catching that. Hammer. No? No, at least I can knock him down. Now, the real answer is bombs. I don't know what you do if you're completely out of bombs. You might have to mirror out. Yeah, you would. If you were completely out of bombs and landed here. I don't know if there were any in those pots just now. But that's a good reason why they let you mirror out, is to avoid basically locking up the game. Or making it so that, like, you basically have to kill yourself to get out of a situation. Kill yourself or quit. I suppose, save and quit. Let's do this. Save an extra second. Good on another good show for the Bombos Medallion. To say that's one thing that really elevated my gameplay, is using using magic judiciously sort of all the time, because, you know, when you first start playing, you're like, oh, you better conserve your magic, don't ever use it, you know, but no, you should use your magic, and then you sort of get to know where the pickups are, where you can get your magic back, so it just makes everything go nicer. So we don't have to go this way, but just for the sake of map completion, we might as well. Now, if for some... I'll tell you that in a second. Will, do not use all your magic power if you do not possess the medicine of magic. Now, get ready to go into the depths of this dungeon. Okay, so this is like a big, long, tall room, but we don't need to go south yet, unless you do not have the hook shot. If you're trying to do this without the hook shot, I would recommend watching my little bonus episode on doing Ice Palace early, and that also covers what to do if you don't have the cane. Although you're not intended to have the cane, because this is the 5th dungeon, not the 7th. But anyway, I digress. So let's go. We have the hook shot. We can go into this room. Otherwise, you get stuck here, and you have no choice but to mirror, unless you know how to bomb jump or hover across, which is kind of advanced stuff. Okay, we'll pick up that chest on the way out. Now you can ferry those... I think you can powder those yellow ones and turn them into fairies as well, but I find by the time I think to get out my magic powder and stuff, they've already run into a wall and snuffed themselves out. Or they just run into you and turn you into a bunny. So this is a big, 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 deep dungeon. Okay. Hope I remember to full clear it. So yeah, you could go back going left, but we don't need to. Besides, we'd have to deal with those stupid green skating penguin things. Oh, well, they're not really penguins, but you sort of think of them as filling the ecological niche that penguins do, except they're bad guys. Penguins in Mario games are usually good guys, or maybe they're just obstacles. What am I doing? Just wasting time, that's all I'm doing. We've got no time to waste. Okay, and I was downstairs already, so let's go left. And this time we'll go this way. And is there anything else we have to clear? Okay, we're good for all the floors above where we are, so. Okay, dash. Okay, now here's another one of those chests that are often missed, which can bite you in rando. You found the blue mail. I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. Okay. This armor reduces the damage that you take from enemies. Okay. Listen up. Alright, so really now you can just go north and basically finish off the dungeon. But since I want to show you the whole dungeon and finish out the map, I'm going to take a little unnecessary detour. But since you have the big key and the cane, you could just go north here. This is sort of the loop around that you have to do if you're forced to get back around to the left side of that room with the big key door and the hole in the middle. You basically run through here, and then you come back out on the left again, and then you can push a block into the pit. Okay, this is the bottom side of that big tall room that we fell into way back when. You just fall here. Okay, and now you're out on this side. So if you had gone downstairs and then flipped this switch so that it's down, you could then push... Get out of my way, I'm trying to explain things. You could then push the block in front of me there into the hole, and that would allow you to clear the dungeon, and then you would fall in behind it, because this would be red and standing up, so yeah, you'd have to go, you go this way, so you go to, okay, so just to repeat, just to be absolutely clear, if you did not, actually, yeah, no, I kind of messed this up. Okay, I messed up my explanation, I mean. Okay, so when I first came into this room, before I said I was taking the unnecessary detour, I said you had the big key and the cane, you can just go north. You should go north even if you don't have the cane. You go north here, You go downstairs, you flip a crystal switch that's in another locked room. Then you come back up here, and then go left, and then do the circuit that I just did, and then you come out here, and then you push the block that's in front of me into the hole, and then you fall in behind it. That's how that works. It only took me like 20 years to figure that out. Ouch. Ouch. But yeah, I mean, when I was first playing this game on my own, I was at my wit's end with this dungeon. I was like, you know, and remember like way back on like one of the top floors where there's like a room with like pits and, you know, one solitary, I think two of these like red blocks standing up if you didn't flip the switch in the room before. And I was like, man, how can I make that just be, you know, so that I can skip around that? And that's a whole technique in Rando called the Ice Palace Bomb Jump, and they do skip around that, especially if you don't have the cane. In fact, you don't even need the big key if you use that trick, because you just come out, and when you come out, when you first fall into that crossroads or junction, I guess, you have the you don't even need the big key. You can just go into the pit, and you have the block, you land in this room, and you're good to go. Anyway, so we're going to just use our cane here and put that on the door. But, and then, you know, what you could do. But you can also, and I don't need to do this, well, I guess I gotta do it. Finish my map, or... I'm sure there's some coherence in this somewhere. Somebody will take something out of it. Anyway, once the switch is blue, you can also visit this fairy room. But I have no need for the fairies. Anyway, let's cane this switch again. And the blocks that you push down from up above, they're the type that you can only push once. So that's why, if you don't have the cane, this dungeon can be kind of tricky. Oh yay, a trap. And something to concern yourself with, if you do not have bombos, then you need a full magic bar. Unless you have half magic like I do, then you basically need just half your magic bar. So, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, so this guy, to get rid of his outer shell of ice, you can do one casting of bombos, which is really slick, and I would normally recommend that. Or we are just going to fire rod, we'll just spam the fire rod. But you need like a full magic bar worth of fire rod, or in the case of half magic, half your magic. So it's gonna take a few shots. And you cannot miss. So yeah, it really took half my... Oh shoot, I just kind of wasted some shots there. Okay. You gotta watch out for the falling ice, it does quite a bit of damage. It's a good thing they give you blue mail in this dungeon. Of course, in Rando, you're not guaranteed to have anything more than green when you're down here. Will, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. They say the Hylia people controlled mysterious powers, as did the 7 wise men. But the blood of the Hylia has become thin over time. We who carry the blood of the 7 wise men do not possess strong power anymore either. Our powers will increase if we mix the courage of the knights with the wisdom of the wise men. Only a short time remains until the gate at the castle linking the worlds opens completely. If you defeat Ganon, this world will vanish, and the Triforce will wait for a new holder. I believe in you. Good luck! Do you understand? Yeah, I do. I'm starting to get this. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright, yeah, I'm full up on... I think it's a good idea to flute to 2. And we're gonna offload some... We're gonna offload 1 fairy. I think it's good to keep 2. Alright, flute again. So we are definitely on the home stretch now. So I bet you've been wondering, what's on the other side of Death Mountain? Lots and lots of caves, confusing mazes of caves, and chests full of, you know, rupees and other junk. Which is great in Rando. Like in Rando, this is an item-rich overworld location that people will want to make a beeline for. But for us, we're pretty much maxed out on everything, so there's not... I suppose I could use some rupees now, but anyway, there's no point in me... Like, there's chests in the rooms over there, but there's no point in me getting any of that stuff. So we're just gonna keep on going. And there's no map completion or anything for any of these caves, so I don't care. I do care about that heart piece. If you don't remember where Quake Medallion was, it was way back at the Catfish. You can pick that up as soon as you get warped into the Dark World by Aghanim. I should say, how would you know where Catfish is? Okay, so it's like the Dark World equivalent of the Waterfall of Wishing. You go where the magic shop would be and keep going. Okay, now if I were smart, I would have left that pod in place, and you can actually bonk around this room, which is useful in Rando, so maybe I'll show it. But, you know, hookshot is more convenient, and they even call this Hookshot Cave. So yeah, you can... That enemy weren't in the way. There we go. So you can get over to this chest here. If you didn't pick up the pot. Anyway, take my word for it. You can... Oh, of course, now I don't have a way to get back. Alright. One of these times, we're going to put on a show that's truly worthy. Alright. So we're just gonna... It's hard to be... for crying out loud. Far enough away not to, you know... Not far enough to fall off, but also... Alright, let's try this. That ought to do it. There we go. So yeah, you can get that, and you might be able to get some of the other chests too, I don't know, but let's... I think I've proven the concept. So that's more rupees, in case I want to buy more potions or something. And, yeah, so there's, if you want to see what the floor looks like, yeah, just do ether. You can also light torches, but there's no torches in this room to light, so... Just either trial and error, or you, ouch. Or you use your ether. I will soothe your wounds and comfort your weariness. Close your eyes and relax. Thank you kindly. Yeah, you need some fairies. There they are. Alright, there's only one more piece of heart left in the game, plus a full heart from a dungeon boss. So we are really close. Will, do you possess the medicine of magic? If not, I recommend against going any further. Strictly speaking, it's not necessary, but, you know, very, very helpful for beginners like us. Oh, yeah, let's go left first. Compass! Hooray! What are we dealing with here? There isn't really any reason to just come out on a ledge lower down in this room, so I'm not going to worry about it. If you don't want to take the scenic route, just do this. Okay, we got a map. Okay, this room up here. In fact, I'll tell you right now, don't go in it. Wait a minute. Oh, there's more. Okay. Anyway, we're just gonna hang out in the doorway here, where it's reasonably safe. A lot of these blocks will break against the sides of the door, but not all of them will. Oh, and yeah, you can also, like, hold out your sword like this, and, like, it'll work for most of them. Maybe that's what I was thinking of, but not all of them. Oh, there's a fairy. One lone... Ooh, magic refill. It's almost worth it if you're in a pinch. Of course, you have to suffer through this first. But anyway, it's definitely an optional room. Oh, for crying out loud. Unforced error, number 23. Plus or minus 10,000. know these guys. Just all kinds of fun. Now let's get out of here. I like this mechanic. There's a lot of funny mechanics in this dungeon. This is one of my favorites. Wow. Anti-fairies much? Lag much? Oh. You, come here. Fire rod them all. There we go. And we get a key, which was buried under some bombs, so you might not have seen it. Just get bodied by that laser eye. Big key. Yeah, what the heck. You can just backtrack the way you came, but yeah, this way you get some magic. Speaking of... Good shot. Okay, we're gonna take the second pipe this time. Check your speakers with that bombos. The right side came through the right channel, and the left side came through the left channel. There's no other way to get to this cave. And it's full of mimics. Oh, for crying out loud. This just made me remember the arrows. Okay, we're gonna make another detour in just a minute. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm so, I was so anxious. I was like, all right, I'd go to Turtle Rock. I forgot something important. And just shooting these arrows reminded me. So, maybe I should have written notes to the end of the game. I just thought, I just have all of my overworld collection in the notes. That's all I really need. Everything else is really straightforward. If you have half a brain. Anyway, well, I've got half a brain. Anyway, so that's the end of the heart pieces. So anyway, don't worry, we don't have to like redo parts or anything like that. I'll show you. I'll show you when we get there. You found the mirror shield. You can now reflect beams that your old shield couldn't block. So we are almost fully decked out. So this is another, you know, totally optional set of rooms. Okay, it's kind of funny. You have to kill all the... Yeah, you have to kill all these guys. And that's... And then that allows you to do this. And then which kind of lets you come in here and open the door. And, you know, you can go play with those guys if you want, but I'm full up on rupees, so I'm not gonna. Let's back off. This is not my favorite room in the game. You have to sort of hold the direction down that you want to go. Oh, for crying out loud. Come on. There we go. Flag. Alright. So we can put our mirror shield to drop to my keyboard. I'll drop my pad on my keyboard. Fortunately, it didn't hit anything important. Okay, so hold our shield out like this. Okay, and we have a very, very convenient, because we're actually going to use it, exit. So, we just mirror, and flute away. But there's some, there's actually fairies in the caves behind me, so you don't have to flute away. But I'm going to. So I want to pick up, just get refilled on red here. Okay, yeah, we're good for that. And we're going to do the thing that I forgot to do. So, can I do this without... Yeah, because it's all in the Dark World, so I can. Okay, so... As long as I don't use the mirror while I'm in the Dark World, I will keep that warp point. Yeah, it'll stay on the map until I use the mirror again. So... Oh, but how do I get up Death Mountain? I don't have any way to get up Death Mountain. I guess I am hosed. Yeah, okay, I'll have to come back after, yeah. I was thinking, oh, it's so bright, such a bright idea. Oh, I'll yeah. No, there's no way to get up Death Mountain in the Dark World. So I'd have to, like, yeah, I'd have no way out of as soon as I tried to get out of the Dark World again, I'd make a new portal, and so that would be that. So, okay, so we're not... We'll go finish the dungeon. But anyway, this serves to demonstrate that you can flute away, at least, to go, you know, get potions or whatever you need. think I need to jump down here? Yep. Got it in one. And also, that's your new entrance to the dungeon if you mirror or die or something. You spawn just right there. Trinex! Oh, great. Preferably you would get rid of this guy before he ices up the floor, but yeah, I've just had it. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, now I have to use medicine. Okay, so don't just try to fire rod him unless you got enough magic. There we go. That's why they told you to bring magic medicine. I'm putting on a clinic. Probably not the kind of clinic I'd like people to think it is, but it's a clinic. Hey! I appreciate your coming so far to rescue me. As I thought, you are the legendary hero. I have felt this from the first time we met. Ganon is waiting inside of his tower to pass through the gate linking the two worlds. Once Ganon enters the light world, it is unlikely that anyone can stop him. But if he stays in the closed space of this world, you can find him wherever he runs. Now, go to the Tower of Ganon. We will use our combined powers to break the barrier. Let's return peace to the country without fail. Do you understand? Yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Okay, so now we have a new spot on our map. But first, let's go do something that I should have done immediately after beating Ice Palace. But I was just like, I just had a laser focus on the end of the game and just completely forgot about this. But it's very, very important. And so, yes, again, just to reiterate, this is something you should do after you complete Dungeon 5 and Dungeon 6. That's what opens us up. Having completed both Dungeon 5 and Dungeon 6 is what allows this next stuff that I'm going to show. And so you could try to do Dungeons 5 and 6 as early as possible. You could do 1, 4, 6, 5, for example, if you really, really wanted to do this early. 100 rupees for 30 bombs. I also have a new super bomb in stock for only 100 rupees. Please buy it too, mister. Alright. And another thing to note, though, one reason you wouldn't necessarily want to do this early is that for some reason, there's a bug. Remember Mothula, the giant moth, at the end of Skull Woods, Dungeon 3? It doesn't take damage to anything above a tempered sword. At least not in this version of the game. It might be corrected in, like, randomizer or something, but, yeah, your host, if you don't at least have Fire Rod or something. Well, you will have Fire Rod, but I mean, like, if you run out of magic, you're gonna be in trouble. You use arrows, maybe? I don't know. Mysterious pond, won't you throw something in? Oh, look, there's our first suggestion. Hello there, did you drop this? Yes. You are an honest person. I like you. I will give you something important. These are the silver arrows. To give Ganon his last moment, you definitely need them. I know I don't quite have the figure of a fairy. Ganon's cruel power is to blame. You must defeat Ganon. These are the silver arrows you need to defeat Ganon. Excuse me. Now in, like in Rando, you'll see this a lot. You don't need the silver arrows to defeat Ganon, but it's much easier if you have them. You can swing your sword, you know, like hold your B button down and swing it at the right time to do damage, but it takes much longer than it does with silver arrows. And hello there, did you drop this? I like an honest person. I will give you something better in return. Your sword is stronger. You can feel its power throbbing in your hand. Yeah, so I feel like a bit of a dum-dum for not coming here right after I did Ice Palace. 'Cause that would have been much more efficient. I wouldn't have had to come down off the mountain again, basically. Let's see, we got an empty bottle, so let's do something about that. We got 2 fairies and a blue potion. Yeah, I'll take a green potion. That's fine. I can definitely afford getting blue, but let's get a move on here. I wonder if the old man has anything new to say. Will, I think the wizard connected the 2 worlds somewhere around the castle. All I can do for you now is to comfort your weariness. Come back here anytime. Okay, same stuff he always said. And actually, I think that's the first time that we, you know, in this playthrough used that first, that Dark World warp that was sort of under the overhang at Hyrule Castle. And that's the first one that you have general access to. So because you can get back to that one before you even do Palace of Darkness. But the other ones, you need like Hammer or Titan's Mitts or some combination to get to them. The other warp points, like the one I just walked into. This isn't necessarily faster, but it's a change of scenery. Good. I kind of want to, dead rock them, but like somewhere out of my way, so I don't bump into it and cause it where I don't want it to happen. Alright. Take her home. Should I stop off for a ferry? Yeah, better be on the safe side. There's hard stuff up ahead. Oh, these guys. Just great fun. Lionels, I believe they're called. And oh yeah, if you dash into them with, I think, anything but the golden sword, it won't do anything. Well, we are going to break the barrier of Ganon's tower with our power. And in and up we go. So yeah, you start on the second floor, and yes, this is a massive, massive dungeon, probably the biggest in the game, I'm sure. Okay, so let's go left first. Oh, we get a key hanging out on a torch. Easy peasy. Key. And in Rando, this is kind of a lot of fun to watch. They even play like big key guessing games, because there's a bajillion chests in the lower levels here, and you know, any one of them in Rando can contain a big key. So, and every time you swing your sword, yeah, these guys shoot. Oh, I do have to destroy these guys, don't I? Okay. Bombos it is. I hope that worked. Okay. And you can bounce around this room too. It doesn't require the hook shot, but I mean that's only a thing in Rando. You would have the hook shot, so here, so you got the map. And there are a lot of rooms in this, and you don't even need to do nearly all of them. It's there's a lot of rooms that, in fact, you would only go into in Rando. There's a room called the Rando Room, and well, we will be going there. There's a Rando tournament on right now, like a big, huge fall tournament. And it's a lot of fun to watch, but I don't watch live. Like I'm trying to catch the VODs, but it's so hard to catch the VODs without getting spoiled. Like, you know, because all the thumbnails, like the thumbnail will be from like some advanced part of the match where it's like certain who's gonna win. Or, you know, you'll look and you'll see the thing for game 2 and it shows like who's leading in the series, like who's, you know, who won game 1. So it's just so, it's not as elegant as it could be. I would love to just have like a bunch of plain text links to all the VODs and just, you know, just be able to click and just jump right into the VOD and not have to be spoiled. So I really hope somebody does something about that someday. I suppose I could like write my own little app or something. I'm not helpless, you know. I'm sure Twitch has an API. Probably just pull the list of broadcasts, but not the preview images. Okay, what am I gonna do here? I think I want to go right first, he says. Let's try. I thinking of something else? I was thinking of something else. Okay, this is... Oh yeah, now I'm posed. Okay. Alright. Be right back. Well, no, I won't be. Just bear with me here. I'm gonna assume I was thinking of something else. Alright, take the other warps. One thing I could do is... No, not quite fast enough. Oh, almost had it. Let's just use bombs. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, not there yet. More to go. Okay, we're gonna go left. Left again. Now we're gonna bomb this crack in the wall. Maybe that was the room I was thinking of. Because, like, when I was playing this game as a kid, I never, like, I think it was this room I was just in. It was the rando room. This room just drove me crazy. I could never get to it, and I didn't know that you just, like, stood on one of these things to open it up. It's like I was trying to bomb the walls and everything, and I just never got it. I might have been thinking of this room, but this room you can just walk into, so... So here is the famous invisible floors. So let's just use the old fire rod. We'll be able to see where we need to go. Or we'll just guess where we need to go. Okay, we made it. Now let's powder this guy. Arrows? I wonder what possible use I could have for arrows. Oh hey, remember these guys? Yeah, silver arrows, bit of an upgrade. In fact, there's only one enemy in the entire game that takes damage from arrows. that is not a one-shot kill, and it's the boss of Dungeon 6. When it becomes an eye, it actually does take 2 silver arrows. But of course, you wouldn't know that in the vanilla game because you couldn't have gotten the silver arrows before you defeat that boss, but it is a thing in Rando. Full up on fairies, so let's just boomerang and keep her on going. Red mail! You got the red mail. This provides even better protection than the blue mail, which I didn't read out loud. Alright, so let's clear out some more. There's really no need to use that key, but I don't want to have a key in hand. We're gonna full clear this and open all the locked doors, even the ones that are completely unnecessary to open. Because yeah, these are just the stairs to the right side of the lobby on the 2nd floor. Oh, and this is a fun room. This is called Tile Room. Guess why? We're just gonna... Oh, you know what? There is a trick we can use. If you get the cape and go up against the wall and then pull, you can not drain your magic meter. So you can take a coffee break, but you have to hold down an A to do it. So yeah, just pulling on the wall and just hang out here with impunity. Alright, enough of that. We got another key. So that is definitely the key that you don't want to collect. You'd much rather just not use a key on the other door. And that room up above us, we warped into earlier, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Wallmasters, yay! Remember those guys from Dungeon 3? Ah, fond memories. Yeah, I hate doing this side. You can basically go either left or right at the beginning, and I much prefer the left route. I would never... The only reason I'm going this way is to complete the map. Like, there's nothing left to collect, but, you know, gotta show you everything. Do I have the room on the left of me? No, I do not. Okay, so let's go in there. Walk back out again, because there's nothing to do there. Aw, for crying out loud. I wasn't in time, so I gotta light the lamps again. Alright, here goes nothing. Let's get to the door! Okay, got it. That is not the easiest thing to get. Okay, let's throw... Got some options here. We could do Cane of Samaria, I guess, but it would use some magic. I'm kind of running out of magic, so let's use a bomb. You know, but be a little more strategic about it, I guess. There we go. Same deal again. There we go. More chests, hooray! The compass! I bet you the boss is upstairs. Boy howdy, he sure is. Alright, now we're in the big room, so I think that's it. Okay, so that's it for the lower levels, so we're gonna mirror back to the entrance. And this section of the dungeon is affectionately known as the Gauntlet. There are lots and lots and lots and lots of enemies. Let's see. Get this, coax this guy somehow come out. Okay, there we go. Hey, buddy. Alright, now I gotta get this guy out. Can I glitch him out? No? Okay. But one thing I can do is pull this up, push it down again, and do that. I guess I can just stand here because I've got the mirror shield. I don't have to worry about their beams. We do have to worry about those beams. Okay, come on. Buddy, come on. And in case you're running a little low on resources, just do a little bounce back here. And this is another room that, like, I was just like, how are you supposed to get into this room? And there really does seem to be no other way than doing a bounce back. Magic refill would be nice. There we go. Guess I don't really need any rupees or anything. Yeah. So yeah, we're clearing the place out. Except for that silly thing about me, you know, taking the wrong warps leading up to Rando Room. I think we're doing all right. Actually, this room is nothing. It gets a lot worse. Ooh, I should get that magic. Every little bit helps. Yeah, I guess you could call me a power gamer if you like. Now let's get that magic. Oh, no. Turn around. Ah, it's gone. Too late. Here we go. See if we fire rod these guys. Oh, actually, even better, silver arrows. hit him. Oh, I think I got that guy. I hit the map button for some reason, but sweet. I'll take it. Fire rod also is a good choice, and the ice rod too, but it's a little harder to time. Yeah, I could use ether here to show the floor, but well, actually, I need to kill them anyway, so let's do use ether. Here's another fun room. Okay, now here, I don't know if it's just a Japan 1.0 thing, but you just want to just be patient. Just wait for the... You know, wait for everything to, all those torches and everything to burn out. And I think we're okay, because we heard the re-dingle of everything closing again. Because if you happen to be climbing up these stairs just when the torches go out, it causes everything upstairs to despawn, and it makes the dungeon basically unclearable. So you have to start all over, and that's not fun. Okay, just for the sake of clearing the map, let's just hop downstairs. Ideally not onto spikes, but you know. Not too hard with the golden sword. Come on, game. And this is it. Okay, so did we clear everything? I think that's it. So in we go. Ho ho ho! It's great that you could come all the way here, Will. I'm very happy to see you again. But you'd better believe that we will not have a third meeting. Prepare to meet your doom. Okay, and in some ways this is actually easier than your first meeting because, yeah, you do have 3 guys shooting at you, but the nice thing is that the two fake ones shoot, you know, real bullets. So ideally you want to line a couple of them up. Okay, but one would have done if I were thinking. Okay, this will be good. I should be able to get 2 shots on him that way. Oh, nice. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. Alright, getting here's the real one. Of course he blue balls me. Alright, one more hit. Now, I didn't say this before, but the flute only works in the light world. So that is like a total plot hole. It's like, well, how come the flute works at the top of Ganon's tower in the dark world? Like that bird is in the light world. Like that makes this little bit made no sense. But at least it, you know, warps you to where you need to go. But we're just gonna take a little detour. That's not gonna work. Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back up a few feet and warp again. I don't even really need that warp point. And we're just gonna flute on over to 2. And yeah, should be all right just with that. If I can't do it with this, like, look, if I can't make things happen decked out like this, then, you know, I have no business playthroughing this for an audience. So, which may be true anyway, but so let's have this happen. Yeah, flute to 4. I never imagined a boy like you could give me so much trouble. It's unbelievable that you defeated my alter ego, Aghanim the Dark Wizard, twice. But I will never give you the Triforce. I will destroy you and make my wish to conquer both light and dark worlds come true without delay. Just love the fire bats. You're doing well, lad, but can you break through the secret technique of darkness? On guard. Alright. Yeah, you gotta stay away from the edges, because the worst thing that can happen to you, I don't even want to say it. Ah! Almost happened there. Yeah. Die! Alright, not falling off. No fairies, no bottles, I'll take it. Welcome, Will. I am the essence of the Triforce. The Triforce will grant the wishes in the heart and mind of the person who touches it. If a person with a good heart touches it, it will make his good wishes come true. If an evil-hearted person touches it, it grants his evil wishes. The stronger the wish, the more powerful the Triforce's expression of that wish. Ganon's wish was to conquer the world. That wish changed the Golden Land to the Dark World. Ganon was building up his power here so he could conquer the Light World and make his wish come completely true. But now, you have totally destroyed Ganon. His Dark World will vanish. The Triforce is waiting for a new owner. Its golden power is in your hands. Now, touch it with a wish in your heart. The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. No, The Return of the King to Hyrule Castle. Aragorn, is that you? He's gotten big. The loyal priest, sage, at the sanctuary. Sasparilla's homecoming. Kakariko Town. Well, looks like the brothers have made up. Not sure if this is Link expressing any particular fondness for the vultures or not. Maybe these are just reflections of how, how having the world put to rights means that things get better. Although this probably was a specific wish. Your uncle recovers your house. Flippers for sale, Zora's Waterfall. At least they're not shooting fireballs. Hey, they've moved on to a new tree. I didn't think I was gonna actually finish the whole game tonight. I was like, okay, I'll just do the 3 lower Dark World dungeons, but I just figure, I'm on a roll. I'm feeling good. I'm wide awake. Let's just keep on going. And here we are. Also, I'm getting tired of leaving my Analogue turned on with the cartridge in this entire time. Let's bring it home. Executive producer Hiroshi Yamauchi. No, I'm not gonna actually read all the names, and I'd probably butcher most of them. So given all of those numerous fairy revivals we've had throughout this, you could argue that I don't really deserve the rating I'm about to get, but I feel like it's a necessary. It's a real playthrough if you get the numbers that we're gonna see. So let's hope it worked. I'm pretty sure that fairy revivals don't count. But I know that saving and quitting does. And I know that just outright dying and save and continue does. I wonder what game I'm gonna play next. My cousin always wanted me to do Super Mario World, so I might do that. It's kind of fun. Probably only take a couple of sessions. But this one I had that half-done YouTube playthrough of it, and so I was like, okay, I gotta do this properly and get to the end of the game, so that's why I did this. And it was the same deal with Super Metroid. I wasn't happy with that playthrough anymore, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. And maybe someday I won't be happy with this one anymore, but I don't know, it's not my role in life to be showing 100% optimized playthroughs of any game really, but unless it's like Mario Paint. Oh yeah, I'm really good at Mario Paint. Some people draw like a 2-year-old. I draw like a 3-year-old. I got that mastered. But I think I might do some games with some snow or ice levels and sort of make a Christmas episode out of it. But I also gotta make Christmas cards and send them to people on my cards list, so it's only 2 weeks to Christmas. Gotta get on that. Alright, here we go. Quest history. Location, Castle of Hyrule, 0. Castle Dungeon, 0. Eastern Palace, 0. Desert Palace, 0. Mountain Tower, Tower of Hera, 0. Palace of Darkness, 0. Swamp Palace, 0. Skull Woods, 0. Thieves Town, 0. Ice Palace, 0. Misery Mire, 0. Now I did these not in that order, but anyway. Turtle Rock, 0. Ganon's Tower, 0. I think we got it. 000. Alright. So this was done proper, as far as I'm concerned. just ignore all the routing mistakes and all that stuff, and this is what matters. 0 games played. Mic drop. The end. Power off.